Hello friends, welcome to Just a Couple of Guys. We're on Campton Hills Road.
Campton Hills Road and 64.
And the featured property we're at is a 50-year-old, actually longer, but 50-year-old Honeyman-owned bike rack. And we're here to talk to the Honeyman family about all things the bike rack, plus them being great contributors to the community. We're going to talk about their philanthropy, and their philanthropy includes a great fundraiser called Project Mobility and the creation of bikes for those physically challenged, and all the various events they have associated with that. So, Pat,
we're in the parking lot, and the customers are coming and going. I'll tell you, we're afraid for our lives.
It's a place to be at. But you've sermonized on many occasions how bikes were a very important part of your childhood.
Very much so. And I used to come here as a kid all the time because, as I may have told on the podcast before, I've had many bike accidents. I hit a parked car. I hit a curb on Main Street, almost died. So we've had a lot of accidents, and these people have always taken care of me. And these people here are indicative of the St. Charles charity and generosity that we've talked about throughout our podcast over the last 3.5 years or so.
By the way, that comment you made about almost died, no last rites though, right?
No helmet. No last rites.
And no last rites either.
No.
All right. We're going to talk to Hal. We're going to talk to his niece, Catherine Rita, who's the events coordinator here at the bike rack. And we'll talk all things bike rack and help them celebrate their 50th anniversary. All of that when we return.
And more.
Well, yeah, and more too. After a word from one of our fine sponsors. You stay tuned. Hello, friends. This is Ray Rogina, and I want to introduce you to a great Fox Valley institution. Fox Valley Credit Union is a member-owned, nonprofit, cooperative financial institution dedicated to providing accessible and affordable financial services to the community with locations in Aurora and Oswego. Its services include savings, checking, debit cards, money market, IRAs, CDs, and more. It also offers mortgages, Visa credit cards, auto loans, and a variety of other financial services. For information on becoming a member, call Fox Valley Credit Union today at 630-859-2276 or visit them online at foxvalleycu.com. Well, we're back and inside the bike rack, and pleased to have with us a former student. We're going to start with that because I'm proud of you, man. This is Hal Honeyman of the Honeyman family. It's a family business, the bike rack. And Hal, before we get to the celebratory part of this discussion, why don't you tell the audience a little bit about the Honeyman family's acquisition of the bike rack and the fact that you are celebrating now your 50th.
50 years, yeah.
50th year.
Well, we started out, I actually worked at the shop for another owner, and I was going to school to be an architect. And one day we heard that a friend came over and said the bike store is for sale. And the next day we talked to the owner and made an offer, and the rest is history. We didn't really have a business plan or any idea what we were going to do, how we were going to do it, other than the fact that working in the store, like, well, if I owned it, I'd do it this way. We just sort of followed our ideas, and here we are.
So 50 plus the time that another owner was in there. This establishment here is really a legacy and a long time legacy business in the city of St. Charles.
Yeah, we had been in the Valley Shopping Center where the police department is at.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, we had a 900 square
Moribund.
Yeah,
Valley Shopping Center.
We had a 900 square foot location. The entire inventory would fit in one of our trailers right now.
Right.
We mentioned 50 years, and I'd be remiss if I didn't bring this up. Your sister mentioned this to me. Your mom, who matriarch of the family, obviously, had a series of health setbacks, but got through all of it, and she was happy to report that mom's back in gear, answering the phones.
87 years old. She's coming in every day.
God bless her. God bless her.
You don't have to pay 87-year-olds the same as you would a regular employee, is that right? There's something about that. Now, let's talk a little bit about your vision just before we get into this. Did you have the vision that bikes would be as relevant as they are in the Fox Valley at the time you bought the place?
Well, I mean, we personally were really involved in cycling. It was a big part of our life. But, you know, would it have gone to where we are now? Yeah, I probably didn't really know.
Yeah.
But, you know, the trail development in this area really made a difference. And starting with the river trail.
Right.
And then, you know, the Great Western. And
Right.
then now it's expanded to where there's, I think, over 400 miles of trails in Kane County.
And on a Sunday morning, my wife and I were walking on the trail, and I can't tell you the number of times I heard the word "on your left" as these bikers just come in streams by them. And it's just, it's obviously a tradition, obviously, for people to, on various days, to go out and knock down several miles. Maybe you can go all the way to Sycamore and back. So
You can get up and go for a 5-mile ride, casual, you know, putting around, or you can go out and ride 50.
We're going to walk around the store. You're going to show us all the quality bikes you have and the different types and models. And but if you could just maybe give us a brief summary of you know, what's hot, what's not in terms of bikes, and we can go through maybe the electric
Sure.
bikes as well that are kind of a new thing.
Yeah, well, the newest thing really is e-bikes being popular. They've been around for a long time,
Right.
but now they're really catching on. And I remember in Europe 5 years ago, they were like 80% of the bikes being sold, and now it's finally coming to America and becoming popular here. And but e-bikes are big. We have a lot of road bikes for the people that want to go, you know, fast and do fitness riding and or do competitive riding, triathlons, road racing.
Mountains.
Big part. We have mountain bikes. Not a lot of mountains, but we have a lot of mountain bikes that we, you know, there's areas you can go. 𝐂𝐤𝐤𝐿 down in Oswego,
Right.
you know, up to Raceway Woods up north, or up, you know, a lot of people drive up to Wisconsin to Kettle Moraine or down to Palos. So there's a lot of, you know, we make the best out of the terrain we have here.
I saw the mayor recently, and he was talking about he was going to have a series of meetings and attend some kind of a conference that dealt exclusively with e-bikes.
Yeah.
And what you have to do with your roads and how you have to protect people, and so obviously that's going to be a thing.
Well, the e-bike's popularity has been good, but it's also created a problem with, you know, what are the rules? You know?
Right.
And so they need to address the safety and what bikes are on the trails and the age of the rider, things like that. So that'll be all worked through.
And if I may, I brought that up offline. Respecting e-bikes, series of the Chronicle reported a series of thefts of e-bikes has accelerated here in the valley because of their popularity, apparently. And so perhaps you're going to be talking about when we talk about accessories, ways to protect your bike from those who would like to pilfer them.
Sure. Well, there's a wide range of prices. So our e-bikes start around $900, but you can spend $15,000.
Right.
So being that they're popular,
So maybe easier to take than a car, right?
yeah, a little bit.
Yeah,
a little
less
bit.
value maybe, but
But just the popularity alone, I think, has contributed a little bit to the.
In our walk around, I know we're gonna see accessories, and we're obviously gonna see kids' bikes as well. You are a full service bike rack, so
Sure,
I
we do
assume
everything.
that we have all of that. The kids' bikes, the new parents can bring their kids in here, and you're gonna take care of that.
Everything from a first bike all the way through competitive athletes, and pretty proud of that.
And how about, anyway, as we're talking here, I'm staring at a rack with just shoes.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, I have to be honest with you, I mean, when I get on a bike, I usually have running shoes or something on that. Obviously, there are specific shoes devoted to bike riding, and you have accessories. Talk
Sure.
a minute about that.
Well, they typically will have a stiffer sole to make it more efficient, and different types of pedal systems where they click in almost like a ski binding, so you can pedal the whole circle
Right.
all the way around as opposed to just pushing on the pedals. You can use more muscles and become part of the bike more. And,
well, one of the things, you know, as I told you earlier, I lived a couple of blocks from here. You guys have been around since about 1975, and I used to come here all the time to have my bike tweaked
sure.
or brought back from death or whatever it was. So one of the things that makes this place, I think, memorable and outstanding is the service you provide people in terms of the guarantees on the bikes, the services you provide, and all of the details that go along with, you know, you buy a bike here, you can bring it back, X and Y. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
And fittingly, before he does, I'm staring straight at a man who's working on a bike back there in that next room over there.
Yeah, that's Dwayne back there working on the German recumbent, doing some service.
Dwayne doesn't get enough credit, right? Let's a shout out to Dwayne.
He does the heavy lifting back there, sure.
Yeah.
But no, in terms of service, you know, the thing is when you become a customer here, if you need help learning about your bike, shifting, you know, any kind of coaching, we're going to help you with that. But then mechanically, if something goes wrong with your bike,
right,
you know, we're going to figure out what the problem is, get you back on the road, tune it up, whatever you need. You've got a place you can come, and someone's going to be watching out for you.
Are there warranties involved, or how does that work? I mean,
Yeah,
you guys get free service, or
most of our bikes have lifetime warranty on the frame, and then we do a 1-year free service. Any adjustments in the first year are free, and then after that we recommend like a yearly tune-up.
I noticed also that you engage in the process of fitting the bike actually to the person.
We do some pretty elaborate fitting using what we call motion capture, where we can put cameras and landmarks on your body, and we can see things through the motion capture you can't really see just looking at somebody on the bike.
For instance, if I were on the motion capture, it would say he probably should be on a bike.
Oh no, no.
But that helps you with the fitting.
Oh yeah, one thing, a pressure mapping tool. We actually put a pad over the saddle, plugged into a computer, and it shows 10,000 waypoints on your seat. It shows you where all the pressure is. We can make adjustments, try different saddles, whatever, you know, we can see, you know, what works for you and what doesn't. And then,
so it's like a tailor. You buy a suit.
It's very custom.
The same thing, right?
Yeah, well, some fittings will spend up to 3 hours.
Wow.
I know we're going to take a walk around here in a second, and Kevin's going to want to take that camera and start moving it. But I want to ask one more question about the 50th anniversary. You said offline that there's some celebratory things planned for the 11th of October in conjunction with your 50th.
Yeah, we just put on a bike ride down on the bike trail. We're going to go to Foreign Exchange Brewery in Aurora.
Oh, well.
And that'll be our turnaround point. We'll come back and we'll have bratwurst here after the ride.
And so anybody can just show up, sign up. How's that work?
Yeah, go on our website and then click on Eventbrite, and that way we'll know who's coming, how many people are coming.
Got it.
And that website, just so we're clear, has everything that you could possibly want in terms of information about the bike rack,
products,
including the products and the various charity things that you're doing, the races, etc.
Yeah, we put a lot of events up there that we're involved in. And like this morning, we're just kicking off the 𝐂𝐤𝐤𝐿's ride from Lurie Children's Hospital, and getting the bikes all ready, getting them all pumped up and ready to go.
I think Ray will talk a little bit about not-for-profit and all the charity work you guys do here.
That website is
thebikerack.com.
Yeah, it's one of the simpler ones.
Our producer, he'll be flashing that right there on the screen for everybody to see.
All right.
All right, so we're going to take a walk around and check out the
Sounds good.
inventory. All right, we're back with Hal, and Hal's going to take us on a little tour of the business, from the bikes to the to Mike Swanson, maybe.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, so coming in the door, this is a small part of our selection of e-bikes, and very wide range of types of bikes and prices. But
and you
right
you did say a big wide range. I heard you say $900 to $15,000.
Plus is $15,000 for some of them.
Do we sell insurance as well here?
Don't have that.
No,
but,
no.
Wouldn't be a bad idea.
Are there speed variables on these things, or are they all kind of maxed out at the same speed?
Well, there's different categories. There's class 1, which is up to 20 miles an hour, but only under assist, no throttle.
Okay.
And then there's class 2, which has a throttle. And class 3 is up to 27 miles an hour with no throttle.
Okay.
So class 1 is the one that's the safest in terms of where it's legal. And then
So if you're in Colorado, you might want the 27 miles an hour.
it just depends on where you're riding and what the local rules are.
Right.
But so that's the e-bike. So coming this way, you've got accessories.
I was going to say a lot of different accessories.
You know, lots of goodies you can accessorize your bike with. Handlebar tape.
Supple bar tape.
Yeah, it's really comfortable for your hands.
Yeah.
Gloves. bags for carrying stuff, different saddles that are more comfortable than your typical bike seat.
How about rear view mirrors?
Yeah, we've got mirrors up there on the wall. Plug right in the end of your handlebar. Over here we have our road bike section. So these are the more drop bar racing style bikes. And a lot of cool things, a lot of carbon fiber for ultralight weight and strength. We have electronic shifting that works by Bluetooth.
Right.
A lot of really cool technology. And then all the goodies you need. You got the clothing, sunglasses. I got the warm weather gear out already, or cold weather gear out already.
I would say, Pat,
Yeah.
some of those glasses look really nice on you.
When I ski, perhaps.
Yes. Yeah, only because I got a big head. You will custom order helmets too, won't you?
Well, we do. Some of them come in extra large. Yeah.
which I of course need. Anyway,
I'll take a detour here. This is the service area.
okay.
You never really see bicyclists without helmets. You still see motorcyclists.
It's really a good idea to have.
Yeah.
Here's the service area. Mike's working on a bike for a new customer, getting it ready to go.
That's Mike Swanson.
Mike Swanson.
Hi, Pat Crimmins.
How are you, buddy?
Doing great as always.
Again, to your point earlier about service.
Yeah.
Okay.
We got some good people that are really passionate about what they do and how they do it, and it shows. And
Okay.
back here, this
Yeah.
man Nancy's back at the shop here. You guys want to say hi?
Hello, how are you?
Just fine, thank you.
Hello, friend. Ray and Pat. Pat will be in a second.
Hi,
Good to see you.
Pat Crimmins. I've known the Honeymans my whole life almost.
As I have, since I've been in St. Charles.
Right.
So then you must know John and Diane.
Oh, everybody. Yeah.
Bunny,
Yeah, you've done a wonderful
Sharon.
job. The family's fantastic.
yeah,
Happy to be back at work?
yes,
Yes.
Congratulations on your 50th anniversary as well.
yeah, thank
You're
you.
welcome.
It's been a lot of years, a lot of good years.
Yeah.
And they continue to keep rolling on. And,
Yeah.
Do you have any complaints about current management and how they're treating you? Get this on the camera while we're here.
Well, everybody here that works here is not all family.
Uh,
We've got a lot of other people.
But they become family or like family.
That's right.
that's right.
All right. Well, it's
That's
good to
right.
see you, and keep up the good work. And it's good to see you back at the desk.
Yeah,
All right.
thank you.
Take care
welcome.
of yourself.
So let's take a quick walk around this way and show you some of the other bikes. So in the middle here, you see our mountain bike selection, geared for off-road riding. We also have trail and hybrid bikes that are going to be a little bit narrower tires, a little less effort to pedal, and car racks for taking your prize bike safely on your car.
I was going to say that's very important, but
Yeah.
with the SUVs and just taking, I'm like, we can't fit one of them, her SUV, and that's a problem. I would like to take, as you suggest, take the bikes, and head somewhere.
Well, most of what we sell now is that you get a trailer hitch and the rack plugs into it.
Okay.
It doesn't touch the body of the car.
All right.
So
And
does
then-
the car need to have something for that to work?
You have to get a hitch, yeah.
You have to get a hitch first. Okay. You guys put those on?
We don't, but there's some local places that do.
Okay.
But definitely, get the hitch put on and we can plug right into it.
Great.
And then back here is a lot of our specialty stuff that we do. This is a lot of our recumbent style bikes, which are popular for people that want something more comfortable, or many people might have a balance problem, or maybe somebody's had a stroke, and we can set a bike up for single side controls, whatever person needs. So you see recumbents, we've got tandems, we've got some of the adaptive kids bikes over there. We actually have 2 trailers full of bikes. So we're constantly moving them around and bringing bikes to different events for different types of abilities.
You brought that up. Is tandem biking popular?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a small part of the market, but definitely a fun thing to do.
Do you see that a lot on the trails?
More than you think. Yeah, that's a great question, and I'm actually surprised to see it. Not only that, but I also see a family with that little attachment and one or two children sitting there, sometimes sleeping as they're biking
The
along.
bat car, right? Or
Hey,
what was
exactly.
it?
All my kids grew up in a Burley trailer.
A Burley trailer.
Yep.
You guys attach those as well?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we
All right.
all that. So this is, a lot of these were incumbents in adaptive, and also we do the mechanical work for the adaptive equipment back here.
What do you think of that? The one
No
you were
question
on?
about it. It's a full service operation, and you are to be commended for that. And I think we want to probably take a commercial break.
Yeah, I think we're going to take a break and hear from our wonderful sponsors. And when we come back, I think we're going to talk about Project Mobility, right?
Sounds good.
And anything else in terms of the goings on here at the wonderful and now 50-year-old bike rack.
Hello, friends. This is Ray Rogina. Elgin Symphony Orchestra tickets are on sale now. From October through May, Chad Goodman leads the Elgin Symphony Orchestra in music of Gershwin, Beethoven, Mozart, and more. Plus, an annual favorite, the Holiday Spectacular. Tickets start at just $20. Order yours online anytime at elginsymphony.org. We're back, and as I would say, with an old friend, and I say old friend because Catherine Rita, who sits between Pat and I, and is a member of the Honeyman family, got involved with me personally as the mayor of St. Charles back a number of years ago in starting a fundraiser that goes to the bigger picture of what we do here at the bike rack, and that is Project Mobility, which is creating and supporting bikes for challenged children. And one of your events, again, is now, as I talked to Hal, is about its 8th year. Ninth.
Yes.
I got a couple.
I'll make a note of that, would you please? All right.
I've got a couple of medals from at least a couple of races, and I feel pretty.
You
good
earned
about
them.
that. That's exactly right. But the one of your big fundraisers is Hops for Hope, which this year, starting again in Mount St. Mary Park, is on the 18th of October at what time?
Arrive at 10 a.m. to get checked in, get your IDs going, and then at noon the race kicks off.
And they can sign up for that online.
Online beforehand or even day of.
Thebikerack.com.
And let's go back and start from the beginning. I was there, and you and the Honeyman family called me up and talked about this concept that you had to do a 5K starting in Mount St. Mary Park. But there was a little unique feature to it in the fact that there was beer involved. Tell the audience the story.
So there's so many 5Ks in the area. We want to do something unique, and a lot of the breweries are already big supporters of us. So we were thinking of ways to stand out, and during our 5K, you get to drink beer along the way.
Exactly.
So our slogan is "Drink your way through a 5K."
Exactly. And I recall, and then by the way, at the finish line, there's more beer.
Yes, then we are St. Charles only brew fest afterwards. So you cross the finish line, you get your medal, we give you a bottle of water to rehydrate, and then you enter the brew fest to hydrate even more with more beer.
Yes, and it really is. As somebody who's participated in it, it really is a fun event. And to the point, nobody's drinking loads of beer along the way. There's samples.
Samplers,
as a means of getting to the end, but it's a unique, as Catherine described, a very unique way. And it's a 5K. There's not really no muss, no fuss about it. People finish a lot of 5Ks in the area. This is a little bit more unique, but then we finish and we celebrate.
Yes.
And I mentioned October 18th. This is going to be the race, so they can sign up. And so, again, proceeds here do go to support, and we're going to talk more about that in a little bit, the bigger picture of Project Mobility. Now I have to ask you, because I know you're the kind of the bike rack chairman of these events.
Events coordinator.
Well, events coordinator.
That is my fancy title.
It's very good. There are other events during the course of the year, one that you just finished, which is also an annual event, and which will take place next year. Talk about that.
So that was our long table dinner. It was our second year this August. And we have a bunch of the restaurants in the area each take a course. And our guests get to sample the best of what St. Charles has to offer with craft cocktail pairing, live music. That event was presented by the Ivy Academy, a preschool in Geneva and Elgin, and they're big supporters of us. And we got to show people firsthand what we do with giving 2 adaptive bikes away at the event.
And one of the podcast's good friend, Lori Milborn,
Yes.
was the MC of it.
Yes, she will be at Hops for Hope as well.
Very nice. and then, only because Tammy brought this up, and I better mention this, and this is something that's tied into another friend of the podcast, the Karis group. You have a Queen of Hearts
Yes.
raffle or whatever. Talk about that.
So it's Let's Find the Queen. It's our weekly raffle. It's progressive. So every week, people buy tickets, and if we pull one ticket out, it happens to be yours. They guess 1 through 54. The playing cards are lined up. You have to guess where the Queen of Hearts is hiding. We turn it over. It's the Queen of Hearts. You win half the pot, and the other half gets donated.
And like you say, it's progressive.
So it goes weekly.
So if I want to buy a ticket, tell me how I do it.
You go online to our website, and then you just guess which number you think is hiding the Queen of Hearts. So lucky number 18 is yours. Guess that one, and if it's right, then you're a winner.
And the website allows me to make a purchase or
online.
a purchase for the ticket
Correct.
or for the raffle that again supports Project Mobility.
And the funding guide.
And the
Yes.
funding guide.
And with that as well, Kara's Restaurant Group, which is like Rookies, Village Squire, all of those. He's our presenting sponsor of that. So you can purchase tickets
Squire
at
Ale House.
Yes, that
Campton.
one. That's where our thing is our drawing is every Thursday.
And Pat and I had the privilege of and Kevin joined us, and we were out at the Squire Ale House talking with the kingpin himself, Mr.
Wonderful
Karras.
place. Wonderful.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Oh, he has as are the Honeymans, and the good examples of giving back to our wonderful community. And I say that unabashedly, and I think it's very important to say that. Before we leave, anything else in the way of fundraising for Project Mobility that we ought to know about?
Yes, so Everybody Rides, I think this will be our 13th year. That one is our longest running signature event. That's late spring, early summer. A big bike ride, anywhere from 1.6 miles. It's toddler friendly. Bring a burly out, adaptive bikes out, all the way up to 62 miles on the road. Come back, and we're a big fan of beer and music, so we'll have more of that.
And I guess to reiterate, where again, as Pat said earlier, we can find any and all information about all of this stuff, bikerack.com.
Or projectmobility.org.
Or Project Mobility, nothing in between, just projectmobility.org. And of course, Paul will flash both those up on the screen so everybody has a chance to know where they can find that information about that.
So
All
what
right.
we're going to do now is we're going to go out and look at some of these bikes that you guys configure for the needy kids and other adults as it relates to Project Mobility.
We thank Catherine Rita for her time today.
Absolutely.
Events coordinator at the Bike Rack.
And then can I say one more thing?
Absolutely.
And Hops for Hope, our presenting sponsor, 93 Octane, they make this event possible. They love being a part of
Mario.
it. So.
Mario, our guy.
Yes, he's our other guy.
We know our guy, Mario.
Yes, he's also a great guy. So.
Bikes and beer is really, I
Yes.
think that's the next name.
Yes, and we've already given 11 adaptive bikes away this year. So we have 4 more we're trying to raise money for to give away before the end of the year.
And we're going to look at those bikes and see what kind of project this really is all about. And I know it's impressive. I've already seen it. But,
Well, thank you.
Is there anything you want to talk about in the future beyond what we've talked about?
We'll also be doing this rappelling event. More
Oh.
details to come. Who's ever willing to rappel off the side of a very tall building in St. Charles?
We talked about Batman earlier, but when you say rappelling, what are we talking about here?
Like rappelling down the building.
Like with a rope or something?
Yes, and a harness, and it's to help raise money for us.
if I may interject
Yes.
here, Kevin, our crafty cinematographer, Kevin, this is a great opportunity, a great podcast. Pat coming down the building, dressed as Batman, I might add.
Even better.
I would have to wear a belt.
You talk about people wanting to pay money to see that. I'll tell you right now, I'm going to negotiate.
I will sign you up right now.
All right, and then maybe we could have a little money on the side to see whether I make it down.
Perfect, and
Yeah.
it'll all be donated.
Yeah. Now, if I'm left up there,
We'll get you down, I promise.
All right, Catherine Rita, thank you.
Thank you.
We'll be right back. Hello, friends. This is Ray Rogina. Are you looking for the place to be? Voted best live music and entertainment venue by the Daily Herald in 2023? That would be Old Republic in Elgin, an indoor-outdoor hub with classic American eats, beer and cocktails, plus the best sports bar, burgers, wings, and ribs. Best value? Old Republic. Another good place to be.
All right, we're back with Hal Honeyman from the Bike Rack, celebrating their 50th anniversary. And we're going to talk a little bit about some of these bikes that are adapted for the special needs, either children or adults or whatever the case might be.
So we have a very wide range. Here's an example of a Freedom Concept bike, which is custom made in Canada, one at a time for each individual child or adult. And special seating, direct drive, caregiver control, so mom or dad could steer from the back. That's a real popular style of bike, ranging from really little to adult versions, you know, for any type of ability. Brain injury, cerebral palsy, pretty much anything you can imagine. We also have hand cycles. This is an example of one where if someone doesn't have use of their legs, maybe for a spinal cord injury or they're amputees, you've got a bike that you propel with your arms. This is a very upright one. We have some that are low and fast and racing.
Right.
We have some with electric assist. We just fitted one to a veteran on Saturday in Ann Arbor, and she wants to go off-road riding. And just like before she lost her leg, she's a big mountain biker, so she'll be able to take a hand cycle and take it out on the trails.
So each one of these bikes is built for the actual rider. It's not pre-made, prefab.
Some are production bikes that we'll make modifications to. Some are from the ground up.
Okay.
Yeah, so the one thing the Project Mobility does too, we didn't really talk about inside, but we do a lot of camps and clinics. So we just did a veterans clinic in Ann Arbor. We put 10 veterans on bikes, and we do about 6 of those clinics a year. Low key, but really empowers these veterans that have been injured to get them back outside, get them moving. So in addition to giving bikes away, we do a lot of actual camps and clinics. Do stuff for kids.
I was going to say, and I think this is very important here, not only for the advertising and the support of Project Mobility, and I think you're only one of the best persons that can describe what happens here. How about the presentation of these bikes to the child or the adult, and the emotion and all of that? Talk to us a little bit about that. I have to believe that that's an integral part of this whole concept.
It keeps us going. The one thing that never changes is I don't care if it's a young child for the first time on a bike or maybe someone that had a spinal cord injury and their life's totally changed, but it's always the same. The smile from ear to ear and the empowerment these people get. That never changes and never gets old.
And a follow-up to that, as to the importance of why we need fundraising and why you're doing all these different fundraisers that Catherine talked about earlier. A bike like this, what are we talking about cost-wise?
And you could go from a couple $1,000s, where something like this could be $5,000 or $6,000. So it really depends on how custom it is.
Are each one of these bikes paid for through contributions, or do the people actually contribute as well, or how does it work?
Well, on the nonprofit side, we're actually providing the bikes. You know, we give the bike to the person who spend a dime.
Right.
The camps and clinics we put on, you know, we'll go to a children's hospital and put 40 or 50 kids on bikes, and it doesn't cost anybody a thing to participate or to get a bike once they're selected.
The Hops for Hope, as Catherine alluded to, is in its 9th year. And I have to believe that this concept and this idea was mulling around long before that, for Hal Honeyman and the Bike Rack.
Since I think 2003, I think we first started it. We did a lot of work with another charity, Wounded Warrior Project.
Oh yes,
We know that
we've had them on.
So over about a 13-year period, we figure our team fitted over 10,000 veterans,
Wow.
4 bikes.
Absolutely.
We did, and there were big high-profile events.
Right.
You know, no less than 50 vets for every ride. Typically, police escorts. You know, flag ladder trucks. You know, the whole dog and pony show.
Nice.
Where the stuff we're doing now is more low-key, but it's still the same thing: empowering people to get on a bike, whether they're a veteran, an older adult that's maybe had a stroke or something, or a child. You know, it's the same joy that you see every time.
I was just going to say, and kind of wrapping this up, that Catherine described the race. It's coming up October 18th. You runners out here, you runners and bikers have a kind of a common mentality. You're all out there on the Western Trail.
Also, people with a taste for beer, I think.
Well, that's the added feature.
Samples along the way.
That's the added feature. But and they can walk. They don't have to run. Is that right?
No, totally. You can walk it.
They walk it. You know, but it's a 5K, Mount St. Mary Park, October 18th. Things start at 10 o'clock. The race goes up at noon. I've done it twice. It's enjoyable. You'll get a medal when you finish, and then you'll get some fine beer as well. And that, plus some of the other concepts and ideas that Catherine talked about earlier, all go to support what Hal has described here. I'm going to tell you something. You know, I know Pat feels the same way because he's known you as long as I have, but we really appreciate you not only to come on and talk about the bike rack, but also to talk about your contributions to the community. I know you do it selfish. You show no selfishness at all, and it's just a great opportunity, and we appreciate it. We appreciate it coming on. We appreciate what you do for the community.
And we appreciate the community support, because without that, none of this would be possible.
St. Charles is a very generous community. Ray and I talk about that all the time, and this is another example of that.
And of course, you have customers up and down the Fox Valley and beyond.
Oh, sure.
So,
Sure, all over.
Hal Honeyman, bike rack, as you said,
Someplace you should know, as
And-
well as someone you should know.
and 50 years.
And 50 years, please.
Pat and I will be back for some closing comments. You stay tuned.
All right, we're back, and it was a wonderful opportunity to talk to the great people at the Bike Rack. And we talked about all things Bike Rack. We talked about the bikes, the offerings, the warranties, the free work that they'll give you after you buy a bike, the fitting of a bike, the accessories, and all of the charitable events, including Hops for Hope. And of course,
October 18th,
October 18th,
Mount St. Mary Park.
right? Careful, not too much to drink.
No, not while you're. You get a beer or two afterwards, and you deserve it after you've gone 3.1 miles.
Right, because that's a problem if you're drinking too much on a bicycle.
We're not riding a bicycle. We're walking or running this race. This is not a bike. It's not a bike race.
Oh my God! I didn't think it was a race. I thought you were
It's
on
a
it.
5K.
Right.
Bike, running.
You can't ride your bike though during the
No. That would create chaos.
For all the information you need about all of this, thebikerack.com is your place.
Yes, that's true.
That's right. In case I've confused the audience.
I want to just say one thing here, and this probably is a bit of hypocrisy given that we're at the bike rack. But as we were talking here, I reflect on the fact that we have done 2 podcasts in 2 bike entrepreneur
That's right, yes.
ventures, the bike rack and Sammy's. And you tell me how fortunate a town is to have that kind of service, that kind of quality in a bike shop when you have Sammy's, and then of course here at the bike rack. This has nothing to do with competition, or they're friendly competitors because they're all involved in a variety of different non-for-profit events. But I'm just saying, it is just a wonderful testimony to bike sales in St. Charles.
It speaks to the fact that there's plenty of demand out here. We are fortunate in St. Charles to have all the trails and all the ability to ride your bike. People don't come to St. Charles just because we have the river in the middle, right? We have all these other things that we offer, and that's one of them, right?
Well, the River Trail and the Western Trail are just pristine areas to ride a bike, walk, run, etc. So you've got the places to get the equipment to do that kind of work and to stay in shape.
And we talked about the mobility and the bikes that they configure or otherwise help people who have special needs so that they can transport themselves or with the assistance of a relative or friend. But that is work unto itself.
Well, I hope that as you watch this podcast that you picked up on that, and if you have that opportunity to go online and make a contribution to Project Mobility, that you will do so, only because it's one of the many worthwhile projects that St. Charles has.
Right. Veterans, kids with cancer, or kids with disease, spinal injuries, right? All that stuff that we're so lucky we don't have those problems. So
It's time.
it's time to end
We
this.
have another podcast.
We have another one. We're double booked today, which is exciting for us. You're supposed to say yes. Okay.
No,
So-
it's always very exciting to do.
So, for the publisher in the darkness, Paul Stupa.
I don't know if it's dark or not, but
Well, we
they're,
just
they're on
haven't-
Eastern time over there. They're an hour ahead of us.
We haven't seen him in a while.
We have not. Paul, come home. Come home. You can. Thomas Wolfe was wrong. You can come home again.
And of course, our crack videographer, cinematographer, you call him, I think.
Yeah, crafty though. He's more
Oh, he's
crafty.
crafty.
He's crafty.
He's wearing the uniform today, too.
He looks
Yeah.
good. He looks good. He looks
Kevin
like-
Ketchum,
Yeah, our guy.
who
Kevin
has
Ketchum.
capacity with the magazine, of course, our mothership, Fox Valley Magazine.
I like that term, our mothership.
That's right.
That and when and how communications. Don't ever
That's
forget
correct.
that, too,
That's
because
correct.
we tell people when and we tell people how.
Crimmins still needs a website, so we're going to have to talk to Kevin
Right.
offline, perhaps. My good friend and mentor, brother, friend, godfather to my youngest, 𝐿𝐴, and for myself, Pat Crimmins. Just an absolute joy to be here. This is Old Home Week. As I said, I used to walk down here. I lived a couple of blocks away, and this was the place that I hung out. So,
For Pat and Ray.
Ray and Pat, we will be back. Well, this will be posted probably before the race, right? The
Oh,
18th of
I
October.
would hope so.
But we will be back shortly, going off to the eye clinic. What's the name of the formal name?
Geneva Eye Clinic will be one of
Geneva
our
Eye Clinic.
future podcasts.
On Randall Road. All right, thank you very much.
So long, everybody.
Take care.